and watch the chef cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, let me let y'all know real quick that I am, in fact, team underdog. So listen, man, if you are into, pick'ems and things of that nature, if you're doing a DraftKings thing, I encourage you to check out Underdog, man. The link is in the description. Some of y'all already hip to how it's working, but Underdog is matching up to $100 or $200, whatever you guys put in the start, man. I'm telling you, man, it's not as saturated as some of the others apps that do the pick'ems and the sports betting. And what's really unique about Underdog, what you might not know, is its daily drafts, NBA drafts. When a football season come back into play, Underdog is definitely the app that you want to have. But the playoffs are about to start. You know what I'm saying? Make a small deposit, win some chicken, get with Team Underdog. It's as simple as that, man. LB approved. You know I'm never bringing you nothing strange. Also, you already know where to go to get all your Hurt Season hats, your 22 Birds merchandise, and I got something special that I just cooked up that's going to be on the Print Champs website here shortly. It's going down. It's going down. All the links will be in the description. Let's talk about it. It's been a debate. We all know that Bijan Robinson visited the Philadelphia Eagles a couple days ago. He was out there having dinner or whatever the case may be. Out there with Howie and the gang. They talking, they chopping it up. And it's really looking like this story is heating up of Bijan Robinson being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles with the 10th pick in the draft. I am so torn with this one, guys. I'm so torn with this one because I look at the position. It's a running back. He's by far the best running back in this year's draft, but good running backs come every year. Good running backs come in later rounds. I'm torn with this one because now you have people throwing around the generational talent label on Bijan Robinson. Now, Bijan Robinson is fantastic. He's dope. He's fire. If somebody of his caliber was available at the tight end position, I would say you probably got to draft that guy if he's there. You know what I mean? At the defensive tackle position, I would say you got to draft that guy. But running back is a different ball game. I feel like when you draft a running back in the top 10, you almost have to extend him with your franchise for you to get the most value out that pick. I don't think 4 years is enough. I don't think 4 years is worth the risk because these running backs are coming, bro. You know that a guy is going to be a good running back sometimes in high school at this point. You know what I mean? The way running backs are just produced and manufactured is every year now, which is why the shelf life is what it is. Miles Sanders, didn't he get the most money from anybody that moved? $6.5 million a year. Jamal Williams just had, around 14 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns in the red zone alone. You know what I'm saying? $4 million a year to go to the New Orleans Saints. It's something you got to think about, man. These guys are around. Tony Pollard was a 6th-round pick, I believe, right? Just got franchise tagged. Saquon Barkley just got franchise tagged. When you're talking about generational talent, to me, the last generational talent that came at the running back position, in my opinion, true definition of a generational talent was probably Adrian Peterson. CMC's close. Derrick Henry's close. You know what I'm saying? But these are all guys that could be replaced. And in terms of the Philadelphia Eagles, you know what I mean? Anybody can run behind our line. I would get Derrick Henry on a 1-year, $10 million deal before I draft the running back at the 10th spot in the draft. That's just where I am right now with it. Now, would I be mad if the Philadelphia Eagles did something like this? Absolutely not. But do I see it happening? That's also absolutely not, because I know how the Philadelphia Eagles are and I know how they operate. I feel like this is a smoke and mirrors thing that Howie Roseman is doing. Being as though Howie Roseman is inviting them to the city, inviting them to the facility, having one-on-one meetings with Bijan Robinson, it's doing nothing but boosting his stock. You know what I mean? A lot of people would love to trade up to get a Bijan Robinson, and I think Howie Roseman is playing the mind game, saying, listen, I know people are interested in you. This is just not how I really much operate. I would trade this 10th spot if I could move back and grab a safety and get more picks in this draft. Howie Roseman's playing chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? This is chess, not checkers, because as it stands right now, the Philadelphia Eagles need a guard. That's more up around the lines of what Howie Roseman would do. Now, would I do it? Probably not. I'm not into drafting an offensive lineman right now in this year's draft, especially when you got Cam Jurgens who can play center and guard available right there, right now. You know, you never know what Howie Roseman is going to do, but I can tell you this one thing: I would be shocked. I would be extremely shocked if it was a running back in this year's draft that Howie Roseman would draft. Extremely shocked. I mean, I got us taking a defensive tackle again before we take a running back in this year's draft. It's almost like this. It's just not how we move. It's just not how we move. You know what I mean? No pun intended. Ski Mask Howie is going to do what he got to do, and he's going to do the best thing that's for this team. He didn't bring in Rashad Penny to draft Bijan Robinson. Howie Roseman brought in Rashad Penny to be the number one back, most likely, if he's healthy. You know what I mean? Now, this is not a knock on Bijan Robinson, but it's just not what the Philadelphia Eagles do. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you draft a running back 10th? Would you draft Bijan Robinson 10th in the draft? Or would you look at other positions of need that retain value longer? It's harder to find a great center, for an example, or a great safety than it is to find a serviceable running back. Especially drafting a running back 10 when you're going to use all three running backs just doesn't make sense to me at all. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things. So the Eagles are not going to get Bijan Robinson with the 10th pick in the draft. I just highly doubt it. You know what I mean? I think we're going to, I'd rather trade that 10th pick for another player. You know what I mean? An active player who's disgruntled on the team right now before I use it on Bijan Robinson. You know what I mean? I honestly would. I would trade that 10th pick for a safety or whatever. You know what I mean? I would do anything with that 10th pick besides draft a running back, but that's just me. I'm not opposed to what nobody else thinks. Philly 500 is absolutely certain that he could sway me, so maybe me and Philly 500 are going to talk about this upcoming week, but I'm real interested to see what he got to say. But as where I stand right now, I just don't think it's worth it, especially for the positional value. You know what I mean? Let's think about this, man. Let's really, really think about this, man. Great running backs are in this draft that are going to be there in the 4th round. They're going to be there in the 4th round. They're going to be there in the 5th round. This is the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, and almost anybody can run behind it, and that's my stance on the Bijan Robinson thing. Would love to have him. If he's there in the 2nd round or he's there at 30, I'm interested at 30, but at 10, I just can't do it, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, though.